Hey everybody, coming at you live again from Vitoria, Brazil. Couple things to talk about, and the item of discussion today is losing more than just my mind. So last week in my live video, I talked a little bit about living with depression and some of the relatively negative things that come in your head, the voices in your head that come through that. And this week, I'm going to actually completely do the opposite. And I want to talk about some very incredibly inspiring things that have happened to me this week. And the very first one is that since I've been here and in my long journey of weight loss, I have successfully lost over 13 pounds since moving here. I'm very excited. This is a great thing. But to me, this health journey thing it's more than just a number on a scale. So I want to talk about some of the non-scale victories that I have had this week. And the one that I'm most excited about, this happened yesterday. I was able to take my ring off. I have not been able to take my ring off for over a year, as you can tell by that beautiful tan line. About a year ago, I made one of the worst health decisions I had ever made. And I decided to teach online. I decided to teach from my own home. And I wasn't doing anything physical. I wasn't doing anything healthy for myself. I didn't get good sleep. I worked for only a couple hours at a time. And I gained over 40 pounds within the last year. And I have since stopped that. I moved to Brazil. I have a full-time teaching job where I'm up and I'm moving and I'm walking 7, 8, 9 miles a day. And I have lost enough weight to be able to take off my ring. This is so exciting. I'm very happy about that. My second biggest non-scale victory this week. When I was in the United States, I bought a pair of denim capris on clearance. And I hate trying on clothes. I hate it, despise it. It's one of the worst things I can do. So I didn't try them on when I bought them, got home and realized they were too small. Just last weekend, I went out to dinner and samba with a friend, and I decided, what the heck, 10 pounds, whatever. What's the worst that could happen? They don't fit. They did, and I looked super cute. So that was really exciting to be able to put on a pair of clothes. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit here. There we go. Okay, to be able to put on a pair of clothes that didn't fit me before, that do fit me this week. That is awesome. And it has nothing to do with the number on the scale, because the scale is usually irritating. The third non-scale victory that I had this week. In the school that I work for, we have an IT department, which for some unknown reason is on the very top floor of my school. No elevator, because we don't believe in that here. And the top floor is 4 stories up, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for someone who struggles with stairs, has always struggled with stairs, will not go somewhere because I know that there may be stairs. It's a daunting task, and I had to go for a photograph. And I walked all 4 flights of stairs, and I wasn't even out of breath. That is a tremendous thing for me, because stairs are the bane of my existence. So I'm very proud about that as well. It's another excellent idea, another excellent accomplishment that I've made this week. And the last non-scale victory I've had, I have totally readjusted my diet since I've been here. When I was at my healthiest, the year that I lived here in Brazil, I kind of created my own healthy diet plan that's on my blog, and I'll link to it later, called Plant-Based Primeotarian, because I like fun names. It's a combination of vegetarian, primal, paleo, those 3, primal, paleo, and vegetarian. So I've kind of gone back to that because I was at my healthiest while eating that way. Since I've had my own place, I promised myself that I was going to do better. And I would say that now, successfully for the last 3 weeks, I have been 6 out of 7 days vegetarian. I can't say vegan because I do still like cheese on occasion, and because I still indulge in that more frequently than I should. I still count it as vegetarian. And then one day a week, I allow myself to eat fish. So I avoid places that don't offer those options because I know that I'll fail. I am a huge fast food fan. I love cooking, but hate it at the same time because it's a lot of work. And it's always easier to order a pizza and have it delivered to you. And in Brazil, food is so prevalent here that it takes no time at all to have stuff delivered to you. So Uber Eats is like my mortal enemy. But today at the mall, I overcame my second worst enemy, which is the food court. I love fast food. There's a reason I'm the size that I am. And beyond that, especially when living overseas, places like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC is another big one here, Pizza Hut, they remind me, the flavors remind me of the United States. Says a lot about our diet. So often it's kind of like a homesickness that I go through when I am at the food court at the mall, because I'm like, ooh, McDonald's. Oh, it reminds me of my childhood or whatever. It's also, effective. It's not cheap here, but it is still fast, effective, and familiar. There's a reason they're as popular as they are. And today, instead of going for my weakness and eating things that I shouldn't, I successfully went and I had a vegetarian wrap, and I had gluten-free potato chips, which are a thing, and I had just a regular diet lemonade instead of the other things that were taunting me. And it turned out that I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. I walked away feeling very successful because I made the choices I wanted to make at the food court. And so anyway, that was my fourth non-scale victory this week. Woohoo! Someone's got to toot my own horn, so I'm going to toot toot. Sorry, I'm so stupid. Then going back into talking about the diet and exercise thing. Like I said, I have totally switched over to being primeotarian, mostly vegetarian, aiming toward vegan. Maybe not. It's, by the way, it's not for ethical reasons. So if you are what I call an ethical vegan, don't yell at me. It's not going to end well. No, so mostly vegetarian for health reasons. And I have been on literally every diet there is to go on. I have tried Atkins and keto. My hair fell out. I developed kidney stones, and I wanted to kill people for months. It was a long traumatic process. I went high carb, low fat with a pure plant-based diet. I have done vegan. I have done Weight Watchers. I have done the Zone diet. I think that's what it's called. It's where you can only eat intermittent fasting. I've done that. I think the only one I haven't done is the South Beach diet, but that's because it sounds like everything else. And I don't do processed food all that well. So what I have found that works for me the most is definitely a gluten-free, vegetarian, mostly vegan lifestyle, or plant-based as most people call it. I don't cook with a lot of oil, if any. I usually don't have oil in my house. I don't eat a lot of bread because I believe that I'm gluten intolerant. I'm actually going to go see an allergist to see if it's an allergy or if it is just an intolerance. And I do best, my swelling goes down, and I just in general feel a lot healthier when I don't have gluten, oil, or meat, a large amount of meat in my diet. I cut out pork a long time ago. It didn't agree with me. I didn't agree with it. We just never did very well together in our relationship. So that was an easy thing for me to cut out. Sorry, bacon lovers, it's the truth. I cut out beef most recently. And the last time I had beef was like a month ago, something like that. I don't eat it. I don't have it in my house. I don't cook with it. There are healthier alternatives, in my opinion, that have more protein that you can make that taste better. Like crushed walnuts make an amazing mince combination. I'll probably have to post a recipe for that later on my blog or do a video on it. Haven't decided. So now I'm down to chicken and fish. If I have a cheat day, it's Sometimes chicken, but I'm avoiding the chicken because it's usually cooked in oil. Most frequently, my go-to has been sushi and sashimi. Raw fish, no oil, absolutely delicious, and I could eat it every day. I won't because that's bad for you, but I could. So that's kind of where I find myself. Almost everything that I eat is primarily vegetables. I eat fruit for dessert and I eat it for breakfast. I eat a lot of rice. I eat a lot of quinoa. Gluten-free alternatives. So there is some corn in my diet, but not as much as people would think, unless it's like a gluten-free dessert or something like that. So in terms of health and diet, that's about where I stand with things. And yeah, it's been a topic of conversation. And like I said, this week has been absolutely positively fantastic. And I'm very happy to share that with everybody this week. Something else I wanted to talk about, my brain is scattered. So anyway, something that has come to mind, total YouTube shout out this week to Crusoe the Dachshund. Yes, it is a dog that has their own channel. They do they do animated videos where the dogs put on costumes and they do little shows. This week, their episode was called Ghost Wiener Busters. And it is the two dogs chasing another dog ghost. And it is the cutest thing I have ever seen. I will link that below in the description box so that y'all can go and see and enjoy that. I showed it to my students this week and they thought that was the most amazing thing ever. Totally kid-friendly, and it has English subtitles, which is fantastic for those with hearing impairments and also for students that don't speak English. That may wrap it up for this week. It says my connection is unstable. Give it just a minute. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about some of the things I'm doing to improve my health more so than just diet. So diet is, depending on who you talk to, between 60 and 80%, 90%, what defines health and what defines weight loss. And though I agree with that, it is important to recognize that exercise is a part of that as much as I'd like to pretend it isn't. So things that I have done for myself. I have spent the last 28 years of my life trying to find something that I enjoy doing physically. I hate exercise. Again, there's a couple reasons why I'm this big, and the first one is I don't work like that. I have done belly dancing. I have done pole dancing. I have tried Zumba. No. Cycling, did that. I tried running for a very brief amount of time, like about 10 seconds, and then stopped that. I was about to have a heart attack. I tried going to the gym on a regular basis. So the things that I find that I enjoy the most are the things I'm focusing my exercise routine around. And I have worked out a fantastic opportunity with my school where they're going to let me use the full-size pool they have because I love to swim. Swimming is a totally huge thing for me. So 2 days a week, I'm going to do actual pool length swimming, and I'm still working on a training routine, how to get started with that. I'm going to start it tomorrow and kind of see how it goes. Then I also have finally broke down and ordered myself a kettlebell. I'm so excited. It's not here yet. It should be here before Halloween. Gonna be fantastic. Super excited. And I'm gonna do a weightlifting routine between 2 and 3 days a week and build up to 3 days a week, especially because it's brand new for me. On the 6th day of the week, my plan is to go for a walk because that's something else I enjoy, and do mostly stretching because that's important of any routine is to have a good stretching routine while you're exercising, and also 1 day a week to kind of cool down, relax, and take it easy, and a little self-care. So that is what my current plan is. I'm going to give it a week or two and see how that goes. If it's totally successful, I will come back on and comment on it in a follow-up video for sure. So that is the plan for right now. Super excited. Again, I've said that like 8 times this video. But yeah, things are going really well. And I think it's important to talk about the good things as well as sometimes the bad days that we have. So that was the main point of this video. If you are still on and watching, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And as I say in most of my videos, if you have any idea for another video you'd like to see, any topic you'd like to talk about, please add a comment below. I do read them. And I'd be happy for some more ideas for some videos. So thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to watch me. And if I sent you a kettlebell, would you give it a try? They are pretty diverse with a lot of simple techniques for exercise. If you have one that I have a current 8 kilogram on the way. If you happen to have a smaller one or even a heavier one, I'd totally be down to try it. Changing it up, absolutely. Please feel free to, I love gifts of any kind, even if they are the exercise kind. And if you have any routines, if you have any training examples, please link those below because I love suggestions. So again, thank you all for joining. Thank you for taking the time out. Please like and subscribe to my channel, share on any social media you are on. It was fantastic to talk at you because you're not here to talk with. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a very safe and happy Halloween. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you later.